for our December 21st, 2023 meeting. Any motion?
I'll make the motion.
Need a second?
I'll second Maggie's motion.
In favor? Aye.
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 Finance report.
I will make a motion on the check detail as presented.
Need a second on that?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I will make a motion on the cash flow statements as presented.
Second on that?
Also second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So going right into our project updates, for Carroll Water and Sewer, the project has approval from DOT and DOH. We're still waiting on DEC, but Delaware tells me it's going to be issued soon, so we can definitely get moving. They've the contractor has already started ordering materials, it's being stored. They're ready to break ground this spring. And Delaware is also working with the town on the status of that extension. So the end user applied for the extension to go to their site. Everything should be all staged, ready to go. So as soon as the weather breaks.
Yep.
So that's the Carroll Water and Sewer. We'll go into executive session later for Flint Mine and New Athens Generating. We have litigation updates from Paul to discuss. And then under parks for Gateway Greene Commercial Park, Stewart's received their permit to hook up to DEC and paving will take place in the spring. Same thing with our road, we'll get that paved this spring. We've been working and talking with Central Hudson about poles, so everything should be same thing, staged, ready to go as soon as the asphalt plants open up. The visitor center bid documents, they were presented once again to the legislature. Those will go out to bid. Stewart's building is in escrow with Paul, so as soon as Stewart's moves over, then we can start moving on, getting ready for the tourism center.
So you have a bid package now.
Yeah, it's ready to go. I don't
Does
know.
it have to be approved by the
Final-
legislature or is it just their review?
The legislature has to approve the additional spending over what the IDA already committed and the
Okay.
building's already committed, so that budget was presented to them Monday.
Okay.
And they're moving forward with the design plans that as presented.
Do we have a copy of this?
I can get a copy.
I'd like to see.
Yeah, I'll flip them out to the board, sure.
Is it a local architect that's doing it?
Catterskill Associates, they've been working with us for the past couple of years already. So once it goes out to bid, that will be.
And remind me, where will the tourism people be while that work is underway? Are they staying in that little building?
No, they've already.
Oh, no, that building
building's
is gone.
Yeah,
Right,
so they've already
right.
moved over to the county.
Oh, they're-
have,
okay.
Rooms, right, it's a new
Mhm.
development, so they've been over there. There was a kiosk set up for the off season for
Yep.
tourism, but so you can get them going, they'll be excited.
And although they haven't gone to bid yet,
Not yet.
and how long do they think that process? So they're not really going to be prepared to go until, to even start work on that until the summer, right? At the rate,
Probably.
yeah, so they're out of there for a long time. Okay.
They had planned a year at least.
They did, oh, okay.
Morning, Brian.
And the plans, the sketches that I saw in the newspaper, they're not demolishing the building.
No, they're gonna wrap it.
They're gonna,
They're
right.
using the- Sure, but they're gonna change the roof line and the interior.
Okay.
So that's on the tourism. Natural gas update work is scheduled to begin in spring as well. County and the IDA put in our deposits, we're ready to go. I have been in chats with Central Hudson on EV charging stations. Maggie sent me some information on federal funding. I actually wrote Renee in for technical background just on the power that exists there. So I've seen maps from Central Hudson of there's a certain circuit that ends on Forest Hills. And to get power to our new site and the tourism center, we'd have to run the power from that circuit to upgrade the circuit that exists at the hotel. Currently, we're fine with the hotel, Stewart's, and the restaurant. Power exists there for that, but charging stations that were applied for by Stewart's was Tesla. they wanted 16 high charging stations.
Mhm.
I've been doing some research and educating myself on, the difference between a 30-minute charge and a super high charge.
Superchargers, yeah.
Right now, it seems that we could probably put in 2 chargers at the hotel and 2 chargers at tourism. But in order to get those rapid chargers, we'd have to invest some money. But I'm trying to get some numbers, firm numbers from Central Hudson, because they told Stewart's and Tesla it would be anywhere from 250,000 to 800,000, depending on how they ran the wires underground or above.
Mhm.
So Nathan Jackson, Central Hudson's working on that for me. And then he's put me in touch with make ready incentives to see how much can be covered. But that would probably be for the charging stations themselves, not for the extension of the power. So once I get a budget, maybe I can work with the county and say, this is kind of a necessity. It's our gateway into.
My only comment on it would be, I wouldn't consider anything other than a supercharger.
Right.
Because the way it's going is, if you're an EV driver, you're not gonna go over the slow charger, you're gonna go, and now that the Tesla superchargers, the plug, all EVs can almost.
Oh,
Oh,
they're
good.
universal,
Can use their
right?
network.
They-
That's what you gotta do.
Tesla pulled their application to put in the chargers because they're not paying the 250 to 800,000 to get that power extended over to Stewart.
Right.
So we just need to look
You
at
need the power.
a solution,
Right.
a solution for it.
Who owns the chargers?
It's my understanding that it would be an independent operator, so Tesla would own the chargers.
And they would get the revenue from it, but did they rent space or
Right,
is?
from Stewart, so it would be like, I
Like
was trying to
exactly,
research the
type-
one.
Or the
they-
power
they-
authority or
yeah.
whomever is kind of installing them.
Sometimes they do a revenue
Right.
share.
Split the rest.
Right,
okay.
Fill up.
Is there,
Oh.
I think that it's
Oh.
obviously a good idea, all right, to at least consider it. I would also not discount, and Brian, you may have better line of sight on this. We're doing kind of Caro projects and others. I would think someplace else in the county, like I'm thinking about people who come off the mountain, going up the mountain. I don't know if there's opportunities in any of our other kind of regional projects where maybe that power demand it might be there. I don't know, but you just think about how all the people are using the mountain, right? Coming up and back.
Yeah.
But I'm with Eric. If they're not superchargers, there's no value in putting them in. They're really, yes. Big-
I have the average class 2 chargers, but the expensive ones, they don't subsidize. So the state doesn't anyway. So you're gonna, they're gonna pay to get that power. It takes a lot of power to run those.
Yeah. You need
For sure. And then the revenue sharing, another thing is that, somebody's making money on it, it's gonna be Stewart's. It's gonna share that
Yeah,
revenue.
Must be some kind of split, maybe they do.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm at a
I'll do
50-50,
some
but
more
they wanted
research
me
on
to
that.
take 25-75, but pay to be in the network. I said, nah,
Right,
I'm not
right.
doing that until it's proven that these things are gonna make money.
Yeah, yeah.
So right now I'm at 50-50 with them, but that's.
Are
it'll
people
be a
using them?
All day when I see any money from it. Not yet, not where
It's a
I am.
peripheral
They're not
thing.
using
Yeah,
them,
it's, for
Yeah.
me, it was cheap to put them in.
Yeah.
Because they could I had a parking lot where they could I put 20 chargers in my parking lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So that I could, it's just sitting there space, so.
Yeah.
But it'll be, I'm not planning on raking in any money
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
that's-
Campbelltown put in a couple and he sent me information on the process. He wants to have a conversation because he had to jump through a lot of hoops too. And then he just got rid of, I think it's up to 90% of the cost of the charging station, not the
Yes,
infrastructure.
that's
Put in-
exactly the same deal I have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
so if we move forward with this, who would theoretically pay the $250,000?
I don't think we're there yet.
We're not there.
At first, you have to see if it makes economic sense. Second of all, where they're going would be, like if the
So-
county, does the county have charging stations in their parking lots down in
I don't know.
Catskill? I don't know either.
There's one over, there was one right by the thruway exit. There's
Well,
a
that's
single
what
one.
Renee brought that
A
up,
level
like,
2 one.
that
I
would be
think.
a perfect spot.
Yeah.
Oh, in the park and ride lot,
Yeah.
there's one?
Yeah. there is,
Oh,
but
so
it's
the
a-
thruway
it's
put that in?
Supercharger.
It's not, huh?
No, it's a level
Because
2.
Yeah.
if it's it would seem to me that Central Hudson should pay for the extension because they're the ones that are gonna make money off of it.
Be nice.
Okay.
I mean, the
I'm not sure
benefit.
where we fit in that equation.
Yeah.
The benefit of having it as.
Yeah.
Just like natural
Right,
gas.
that's the whole, right, exactly, right.
If you
It's
look
like
at
an
the price
expense
for
that
natural gas, I mean, I mean, you're paying for the extension of all that natural gas. Central Hudson is selling the natural gas, so theoretically, we could see some kind of reimbursement based on if we have a high user come in.
Yeah,
But even at our business parks up here for 20 years, we've never gotten reimbursement for any new users that we put online.
I mean, Brian, you're up on the mountain. last time I was up there, was at the Christmas party, the Wyndham, a month or two ago. I did see a lot of Teslas running around town, all from the city. Is that what you see?
Oh, yeah,
I saw
they're
a lot.
there, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Summertime, we'll
So-
see. I might have.
They're all getting off that exit is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
And,
yeah. Oh, yeah,
they're
they're there,
So,
that's for sure.
And
It's gonna-
especially in
it's gonna
cold
be
weather.
more.
Well,
Whereas
yeah,
we're not there yet, we do have pilot funds, which is for infrastructure and future economic development, so we could say we would partner with somebody on
Yeah.
it, but I wouldn't say that the IDA should
Yeah.
foot the bill.
no, that's why I'm wondering.
or we find a way that
Unless we were
revenue comes
somehow
back to
gonna-
us
yeah.
somehow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Revenue
Even if
sharing
it's
would be
long term,
us. Yeah.
just that there's something flowing back to us on our investment.
Or you find a power authority or a federal grant program that underwrites the
Yeah.
90% of whatever, is happening.
But
You'll-
my
you'll
understanding
leverage
is
that.
not, the 90% wouldn't go towards the actual extension of that power, it would only go towards the
The
installation of
hardware, right?
Yeah.
the pump station, and
Okay.
the charging stations. But like I said, I'm doing more research.
Although mine included they subsidized the installation of the power, they had to bring a wire across the road. Which is, $7,000-8,000 in my case, $10,000 probably, to
Yeah.
put a pole and a power across. So I did include that.
Okay, I'll definitely look into that. So, like I said, I'm working on incentives and grants or whatever's out there. My to kind of kicked me back to Central Hudson. Because of the Make Ready program, so I'm doing more
Well,
research on it.
depending on what happens at 21 West, there's maybe a closer opportunity to put
To do
charging on the other
charging.
side of the bridge.
Sure.
Would it-
Where you're not spending $250,000 or $800,000 to get it across the street, or across the throughway.
Would it make sense to ask Tesla to look at the county and like
Where else they
identify
can-
locations that they think
I can
that?
ask stewards for their contact person for Tesla.
They would know better than anybody else where,
Yeah.
it's gonna work.
My in-laws have to go across the river to Stewart's to charge.
Oh, the one by the
before they go
community
back.
college?
But yeah, the Stewart's.
Stewart.
Yeah.
Charge up there before they go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a charger at my house. If there's any way I can make money off of it. No.
Sorry, right up at the exact, yes.
Yeah.
'Cause I got
Run a lead cord.
an electric vehicle and traded back in after 9 months.
A lot of people are doing that.
Can't do it.
So that's where that is. The only other action under Gateway Greene is for the Catskill Lodging LLC. We've been reviewing the finding statement. Today I'd like to approve the resolution that's in your packet with the speaker and the finding statement with all their attachments.
I'll make a motion on the resolution or the finding statements and the seeker review as presented.
So the resolution, the first part of it just says that it's an unlisted action under seeker. Okay. Again, it's a small site, it's not a type 1 action. They haven't completed, just so you know, they haven't completed their planning board approval. And the second part of the resolution just approves the finding statement, which is attached to the draft behind that. So there's a series of conditions that we're not approving the financial assistance today. It's subject to satisfaction of the following conditions in section 2. Final site plan and seeker approval for the project from the town of Catskill Planning Board, county planning board review, our approval of the final lease, which is how we approve the financial assistance, and the acquisition of the land and the closing of the land. So it's all we're waiting for those items. So again, the seeker EAF form was included in your package, and everything is pretty normal. If there's any questions on the resolution, I'm okay with it. So.
So we have a motion, any seconds?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we just need a motion to go into executive session to discuss upcoming pending litigation presented by Paul.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So,